Hello everyone, I'm T, good leader of Team Sword and Shield. So on my left, this is the list of my group member names. In this video, we are going to discuss the Article 26 in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is related to the education rights. And we will mainly focus on the issue of education rights in Malaysia. And let's start the video.
We, who are privileged to be able to obtain education with no problems, will become ignorant to those who have it hard in obtaining education themselves. As you can see from the video, children are taking long, arduous walks under the hot, blazing sun just to get to their school for education. Today, I would like to talk about what are the rights to education. There will be 3 points I will be talking about today. 3. First, we from Sword and Shield believe that everyone has the right to education and should be financially free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Second, education should also include the teachings of building up good human personalities and reinforce the respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. Moreover, it should promote the understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, race, and or religious groups. With this, it shall further the activities of the United Nations for the maintenance of peace. Third, parents have a prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. However, there are still at least 200,000 adolescents in Malaysia that are unable to receive such education. There will be 5 issues I will be stating. First of them is finance. Second, gender, especially women. Third point, access, where people are unable to register due to insufficient space within their school, or they live somewhere where transport is of inconvenience. Fourth, the perceived value towards education. Fifth, and the final point, vulnerable children, where children are unable to enroll into schools due to them not being local citizens or born with disabilities.
Education plays an important role in creating a successful individual. So education helps expand our vision in looking at one thing so that we are not easily fooled by the stuff around us. Education also helps you become more dependent and wiser so that we can make our own decisions and providing a better opportunity to live in a better life. Education also aids us by increasing our chance when landing a good and high paying job. This will also promise you a well-secured future and a stable life. Moreover, from the perspective of the career earning, as from the chart from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, it indicates that the more you learn, the more you can earn. For those with the highest level of education and entertainment, such as doctoral and professional degrees, will earn more than triple those with the lowest level. As we are living in a modern society, education is crucial in this era. It teaches us to the reason based on the equality, freedom, and democracy, also human rights. Education is important to all people. Thus, everyone has the right to obtain education no matter that the age or the gender. So you also need education. Education helps to reduce the poverty in number of ways as well. Not only that, education aims to keep up the needs of the society, such as the humanism. Here are some of the examples that show people. First, our Muar MP, Syed Saddiq, organized a campaign called One Keluarga, Satu Laptop, where he aims to provide the poor student in a better online study experience. For this campaign, he was targeted 200,000 with 5 days and end up 300,000. Being a man of his word, Syed Saddiq has saved off his hair as he promised to go bald after he hit the target. So besides, our famous national badminton player, Dato' Lee Chong Wei, has also assisted students from the low-income families success in school by donating 50 Samsung Galaxy Tab for a poor student in Bukit Mertajam, Penang.
Now I can talk about the recommendations for the issue. For undocumented children, Zero-rigid policy should be enforced by the government. Children will not be left out of the education system, even though those stateless children or not holding birth certificates have chance to access public schools. Those without birth certificate that cannot access into a public school. Children are innocent and have the right to receive primary and secondary education. For special needs children in the current pandemic situation, government should develop inclusive education protocols to consider the additional educational barriers that children may face. For instance, due to the MCO, we can observe that there are risks of exclusion from early childhood development and also education programs because of remote learning programs are not easily accessible. So therefore, there should be a remote learning infrastructure to support the accessibility to learn online. And also, for example, like trainings for the teachers so they are able to provide quality online support to the children and ensure children have opportunity to access online study content with a device or a tablet. As for financial issue, social protection from government such as BPN, Bantuan BRT Nasional, already be enforced by the government. Something like this should more be enforced. Other than that, effective monitoring to ensure that eligible households are aware of and be able to access the benefits to which they are entitled, because there is a risk that some families do not receive the support they need and are eligible for, especially those who live in rural areas. With this financial support, the families would have spare capacity to fund their children's study. As for gender issue, raise awareness on the importance of education and promote education inclusively for all gender. Reduce the discriminatory beliefs on gender as well. Other than the government responsibilities on this matter, it's also our responsibilities to make this right. So in conclusion, Malaysia's existing policies, measures, services and systems are not adequately and effectively addressing children's educational needs and rights. Especially during this pandemic, we could observe that many children had clearly been left behind and were at risk of becoming one of the COVID-19's invisible victims. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.